Sean Payton just provided injury updates on a couple of Denver Broncos players. We might actually have some hope for J.K. Dobbins moving forward. Payton was in a good mood today. He actually answered an injury question. The original question was about Drew Sanders. I keep getting questions about Drew Sanders in my DMs, in my comments. Everybody's asking me, do you know anything about Drew Sanders? And I keep responding, it's the status quo. It's kind of a week-to-week situation. If he's back out there participating in practice, then we'll know that the Broncos activated his 21-day window. That has yet to happen. He was on the side field today. But Payton said he does anticipate Sanders returning this season. It's probably not going to be until later on in the year. It won't be soon, but he does anticipate seeing Sanders at some point before the season's done for the Broncos. And unprovoked, Payton said the same thing could actually be said about J.K. Dobbins. What that tells me is we might not see both of these players in the regular season, but by the time the playoffs get here, we might have J.K. Dobbins back on the field as well as Drew Sanders. As far as Sanders is concerned, anything that the Broncos get from him is house money. He's a former third-round pick back in 2023, and unfortunately, he's been injured in basically every season of his career, and it stunted his growth and development. There's still a chance that he could develop into something for the Broncos. The Broncos stuck behind Onwuzurike after he had that gambling suspension, and he's developed into a really nice player for Denver. Perhaps they'll do the same thing with Drew Sanders coming off the injury. Again, anything we get from him, though, is house money. No pun intended in terms of Onwuzurike right there. As far as J.K. Dobbins is concerned, if the Denver Broncos could get him back at some point, even if it's just for the playoffs, that would be so huge. Dobbins brought burst, explosiveness, and vision at the running back position. He's the better downhill runner. R.J. Harvey, he's more of an outside runner, and I'd argue he's more of a threat as a receiver than as a rusher at this point in time. So, getting Dobbins back, especially in the playoffs where it's later in the year, it's a little bit colder, the wind blows, it's harder to pass the ball, you need to lean on your ground game in the playoffs. Sean Payton said a couple of weeks ago when Dobbins first went on IR that he did have a chance to return, and based on the way that he's talking today, it seems that it's more than just a chance. He might have a legitimate shot here to come back. If not at the end of the regular season for the Broncos' first playoff game, we're hoping that the Broncos can secure the number 1 seed. That'll buy them an extra week to be able to get Dobbins back. The official injury report for the Broncos has not come out yet, so I haven't talked about some other players such as Alex Singleton and Pat Surtain. I fully expect them to play in this upcoming game against Washington, but I didn't really want to bring their official report in as far as their status until the injury report has come out, so I don't know if that has happened yet. It's 3:20 in the afternoon. I'll check that as soon as I come off recording this video, and then I will update you guys with that information. That might have already come out before this video. We'll see how it all shakes out, but J.K. Dobbins, that would be huge for the Broncos. Drew Sanders, house money, anything they get from him, but it just goes to show that the Broncos are confident in their strength and conditioning program to get some of these players back ahead of the timeline that would be assumed for their injuries. You think about Pat Surtain, he's probably coming back after only missing 3 games with a pec strain. That's a very short amount of missed time for an injury like that. J.K. Dobbins, all these reports from the national media and from like these Twitter doctors and stuff, they're all saying he's probably out for the season, he doesn't really have a chance to return, yada, yada, yada. It seems that the Broncos, with all of their strength and conditioning guys, the guy that Sean Payton brought over from New Orleans, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but that's the dude who really spearheads the operation. I remember when Lauren Landau was here, Broncos country had so many complaints about the strength and conditioning program, and even though this season the Broncos have kind of regressed back to the mean in terms of the amount of injuries that they've been dealing with, it does feel like they're getting these players back sooner than originally thought. Another player that we're hoping will come back soon is Ben Powers. He was on the side field doing work today. The original reported timeline for him was December, so next month, that's when we'll probably see Ben Powers get worked back into the fold. Alex Palczewski has been doing such a good job filling in for him at left guard. We haven't really been talking about that position at all, so Ben Powers, we haven't necessarily missed him. He's definitely going to be back in the starting lineup once he does come back, but I think that's going to be a little bit later on down the road. Again, guys, once the official injury report from today comes out, we will update you guys with that information here on Broncos Syndicate. We always bring that in, but the Denver Broncos have some hope here in terms of getting J.K. Dobbins back. And if Drew Sanders comes back and he does something for the Broncos, that would be absolutely incredible. I would probably anticipate more special teams than anything else for Drew Sanders, but either way, it'll still be good. Alright, Broncos Country, be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it. Those are both free and easy ways to show your support. It helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out, and it helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos Country just like you and me. Additionally, if you want to go above and beyond in supporting the channel, please consider becoming a channel member today. It helps support me, helps support the channel, and it helps improve the production quality of this content. Before we get out of here, guys, I want to tell you about the affiliate partner for today's video, Green Gridiron Helmets. Use code DENSYN, DENSYN, link in the description below, to save off your first purchase on authentic NFL helmets. From small replicas like this one behind me to full-size authentic helmets, they've got it all. Again, that is code DENSYN, DENSYN, link in the description below, to save off your first purchase from Green Gridiron Helmets. Thank you so much to them. And until next time, Broncos Country, I'm your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.